Only 5 to 10% of people who start trading ever become profitable. But even out of that 10% range, there's a massive difference in approach between someone with a 10K account and someone with $1 million account. And I know because I've coached traders who have done exactly this, gone from small amounts to life-changing amounts of money. So today, I'm going to share with you step by step what it took them to get there so you can copy their playbook. Did you ever see the movie The Dark Knight Rises? In it, Bruce Wayne is captured by Bane. Rather than just killing him, he puts him in a prison which is basically a giant pit in the ground. The only way out is to climb, but it's almost impossible. So he starts tying a safety strap around him, so if he falls while climbing, he won't fall to his death. The problem was the harness was too heavy, so Bruce had to remove the harness in order to fully commit to the climb to freedom. I see beginner traders making this mistake. They say, I'll try it for a few months or for a year. Or if it doesn't work out, I'll go back to university or get another job in a different industry. The phrase that comes up for me is, if you want to take the island, you have to burn the boats. This came from a real story when invaders from Cuba attacked Mexico in the 16th century, destroying their boats once they landed. The message was simple: no retreat. You either win or you die. Now, you're not risking death from trading, thankfully, but we are still talking about your life here. This is your future, your dreams, trying to achieve something which most people fail at. If you have one eye on what point to surrender or retreat, you already have one foot out the door. My successful trading clients back this up as well. When I ask them how they approached it, they say things like, I decided I would be successful at trading no matter what. Defeat was never an option in my mind. They also got their egos involved. They told everyone they knew they were going to be successful. So how do you make sure you implement this mindset to give you the best chance of success? Well, step one is to decide what is your goal. Be clear and then work backwards. Figure out the steps needed to get there. Being clear on the stepping stones is crucial because you have to be able to see progress along the way. Step two is use social pressure to your advantage. Tell everyone you know, your friends, your families, you're going to be a successful professional trader. This gives you public accountability. Makes it way harder for you to quit if everyone knows what you're doing. Step 3, visualize success. Spend time every day imagining what it would be like when you do have success, that first 5-figure month, getting that 6-figure account. This way, you're constantly telling yourself what you want to do and directing your subconscious to make it happen. Step 4, surround yourself with success. This is crucial, especially if you have big goals and don't know anyone doing what you want to do. In that case, listen to podcasts, read books, watch interviews with successful traders. The more you do this, the more normalized trading success becomes. Your mind starts to say, if all these guys can be successful at trading, why can't I? Otherwise, network, add yourself to Discord groups, talk to other traders, and share your challenges and successes. And step 5, don't make it all about you. The most successful people in the world have bigger missions. Look at Elon Musk. Love him or hate him, he's trying to save humanity and turn us into a multi-planetary species. You don't need to think on that level, but make a list of all the people who would be affected by you becoming a successful trader. It could be your parents, siblings, friends, charities you want to support, other traders who might be inspired by your success. But this won't be enough unless you combine it with the next point. Have you ever heard the phrase, what gets measured gets managed? It's one of the most quoted phrases in business textbooks, but in many instances, traders seem just to not have got the memo. Several months ago, I had a client who finally started tracking his results in every market he traded. He went back and saw that he'd been doing great in one market for the last 2 years and was almost break-even in another market. Despite this, he'd only just noticed it, and so he'd been sizing both those markets exactly the same, even though he was making 10x more in one than the other. You might laugh, but I see this mistake happen all the time, and it massively stops traders scaling as fast as they should. So how do you stop this? Well, in step 1, start by doing a big report. Get as much data as you can on how you're doing in the markets and setups that you trade. Then at the end of the month, check your stats and see how you're performing and add the data to it. This way, you'll always be up to speed on how you're doing, not just in P&L, but market by market. Step 2, now you have the data, take your earnings from each market and compare that to your sizing and adjust accordingly. But there's one more thing which, if you do, will help you scale your account way faster. Here's an exercise which I give to all my one-on-one clients. Imagine meeting the you from 5 years in the future. 5 years more trading experience, wisdom, and knowledge. Imagine seeing what his trading looks like compared to yours. Think of the skills he has which you lack. Imagine what he's doing better than you. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions, so get ready to write down your answers. What does a bridge look like to get you to that level? What sort of progress would you need to make in 3 months or 1 year to feel like you were on track? What advice would that future you give you? What would he tell you to stop doing or do less of? What would he tell you to start doing or do more of? And now imagine having to compress all that growth into 6 months. Imagine you had to, that there was no other choice. What would your day look like? What hard choices would you be forced to make? Now you have your answers, you have the bones of a really solid improvement plan. Start to figure out how you'll implement what you learned just by looking at your schedule. You see, one of the core tenets of coaching is that clients already have better answers than a coach. You already know what you need to start doing or the skills you need to develop. So don't put those answers away in a drawer. Use the momentum you already have to implement the changes and increase your progress immediately. But before you do that, if you're thinking you want to work on your mindset with someone who's coached hundreds of traders and knows exactly how to fix the issues that come up, click the first link in the description. I made a short video explaining about my coaching program and how I help traders scale fast. My average client 3x is their best year in 1. And if you want to continue working on your mindset, click this video next, and I'll see you there. Bye.